Representative English.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker Pro Tem. I wanted to come up here and speak briefly for my district because I was back here reading about the Affordable Housing Financing Fund, and I had to read it a few times. Then I began to process and think about different things. But specifically speaking for and to my district, affordable housing is very important. And what's happening in my district right now is we're seeing a lot of apartments being built, tiny cottages and things like this, but these are not homes, particularly speaking about the tiny cottages, that you can actually purchase. And it's important to my district to become homeowners, those that are not, and create generational wealth for their families and their children. And this here is a tough pill to swallow with the funding being removed from the Affordable Housing Financing Fund. And it says the bill directs the state treasurer to transfer $130 million from the state Affordable Housing Fund to the general fund and makes 3 corresponding adjustments to the Affordable Housing Financing Fund. And I just want to level set and say that I agree that when Proposition 123 was on the ballot, voters did come together to pass Proposition 123 in 2022. And it created a dedicated funding stream of roughly $300 million each year to support housing development and home ownership across Colorado that would be affordable for our communities. And I think Proposition 123 is something that we should be protecting. And we've already seen some of the impact for Proposition 123. It's helped fund hundreds of projects of affordable homes across Colorado. And that's what the voters wanted. And right now, if the progress is at risk because funding is being taken and redirected somewhere that the voters didn't vote for it to be redirected to, it does risk undermining the very communities that stepped up to participate. I was one out there campaigning for it, just like many of us and people in our districts. We cannot ask local governments to lead on housing and then pull the rug out from under them. We can't expect more housing without investing in the tools to build it. And this is what Prop 123 is. And we cannot solve a statewide housing crisis without sustained, reliable funding. And I think this funding should stay where it is for affordable housing programs. Protecting Proposition 123 dollars means protecting the pipeline of affordable housing projects that's already underway and happening. It means local government certainty so they can plan, invest, and deliver for the communities they serve. And it means, most importantly, honoring the will of Colorado voters who said clearly, housing affordability matters through Proposition 1, 2, 3. So I think we should be standing by that commitment, and we need to protect Proposition 123 funding and support the communities, our communities, that's doing the hard work. And we need to create an atmosphere where people can afford to live in the communities that they want to raise their kids in, and some people that have been there for years and not being priced out because of cost. And we need to do everything in our power to ensure that we're protecting funding that the voters voted on. And I'll just stop right there. But I will say, the only way, one of the ways that you can create generational wealth is through owning a home to pass down to your children or your children's children. And that's important to my district, and that's important to the families of my district. So I had to come up here and speak about what the voters voted for, because I know there were several people in my district and in my community pushing for Proposition 1, 2, 3, and we should honor the will of the voters. Thank you.